Good morning, I'm Mike Johnson, my company JOHO Marketing, as I mentioned before. And I wanted to talk a little bit about, digital marketing as a strategy and how a digital footprint is important for a small business or a professional service. But before I go into that, I think what I would like to do is, I had somebody suggest and recommend that, there's so many people that have so many questions about digital marketing, social media, the pros, the cons, why should I use it, what's in it for me. What I'd like to do is open it up a little bit for a dialogue and answer a few questions. And then I wrote a blog when I started my company a couple of years back, and it was kind of why I think small businesses might benefit from social media. But I wanted to get a sense from people what their current position, perspective, concerns, and curiosities might be. So I'd like to start off by saying if there's some questions that somebody would like to ask about digital marketing, social media, websites, content marketing, what blogs are, what search engine optimization is, anything along that genre, feel free. I'd like to open it up to you first.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
What do you know about it?
So ask the question.
First here, please.
Can you please define digital marketing?
Digital marketing. Well, digital marketing is a marketing strategy that is utilizing the internet as opposed to print or television. Digital marketing is an internet marketing strategy, and there are a variety of services that products that you can use that can help you kind of convey your message. A website might be one. Social media might be one. Content for blog posts might be one. There are a lot of different vehicles to get your digital footprint from this to this, so more consumers know who you are and know how to get your information. And then you've got the Yelps and the other ones that are kind of the betters that monitor your performance and put out information about how you work. But the whole genre of digital marketing is all kind of basically internet driven. Did that help? Yes.
Do you talk to your clients about the optimal posting times within the different social media websites? Like I've seen that there are better times to post on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and all those things. Or does not really matter? Is it just the more content, the better?
I think that there's a lot of perspective from consumers about, what are the best times. In your demographics, there are different consumers looking at information at different times. Every business has a different consumer. I think sometimes posting this is the best time to post a social media message, that's not necessarily a guaranteed answer, because my perception would be what's called A/B testing. And A/B testing might be, I post something for 15 days at 10:15 and 4 o'clock. And then I move it to 11 o'clock and 5:15. What I'm seeing is the patterns of engagement, because engagement is telling me if my consumers are paying attention and what times they might be more inclined to look at my messaging. The early morning for LinkedIn, for example, might be a good opportunity to get a message before the feeds. But remember, the thing that I'm always concerned about in sharing with my clients is feeds only last maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. There's new stuff all the time. So it's not like putting it there is going to guarantee you're going to get that consumer. So I think it's really testing rather than set times being the ultimate answer to the question.
I like that. Thank you.
And that question goes more toward email marketing, the way I understand it.
Okay.
Because what time of the day do you see most of your emails coming at you?
Right. Well, there's certain times that you definitely don't want to use. Probably the bigger component. But the three things that I would say about email marketing, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to be the guru. Listen, I have a team of people that work with me. I have a web designer that does web design. I have social media people that do social media posting. I have professionals that write content that do blog posts for me. I have graphic designers that do graphic designs, banners, ads, whatever a business might need. But with regards to email, one of my email marketing specialists, the three things that I would say is, one, never on Monday. Friday is probably not a good day. Midweek is good, probably midday. The reason is because Mondays people are just trying to get back into the flow of things and their box is already full. Fridays people are trying to get out of work, so their minds are probably preoccupied. And then in that middle period, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are good times to kind of reach them, but midday, not first thing in the morning. The second thing that I think is probably more important is the title of your email. Because so many people try to put twists, too much information. Email needs to be short, sweet, precise, and capture. If it doesn't captivate the audience, they're not going to open it up. If I've got 100 emails, if you didn't capture my attention in 10 seconds, you're either in the hole or you're in the trash. So hold is gone from 50% to 25% opportunity for somebody to look at it. Because once it's in the hole, the next time I go back, you're that much further down the feed. So it might be too late, you know, because it just didn't work out that well. So it's time. Is that okay?
Is there a, how do I ask the question? Your email address you're sending from, do you use multiple email addresses to get attention by the address? Because I often look at the address and where the mail's coming from. Is that important, and is that part of marketing to have 5 different email addresses?
I don't have a good answer for that question, I'll be honest with you, but what I will say is a lot of people in the industry have a tendency to have a business and have a Gmail account or a Yahoo account or a Hotmail account. And if I'm a consumer and I'm looking at somebody sending me email saying they're a business and they don't have a business email address, that's my first warning that I don't know if I want to read that information, because I'm not really speaking to somebody that's really standing behind who they are as a company. So that would be the first thing I would honestly say, and most importantly. Whether it comes from multiple email accounts, I don't know the answer to that question, because I would say, again, it would be something that I would say, here's your considerations. Let's try a series of emails in this style, and then try another series in that style, which would allow me to see what the engagements would be versus, one versus the other.
I have a comment. I deal with like 1,800 different suppliers throughout the United States, and what's happened is that over time, the companies will use Dan Mara Apparel. Okay, they're a nationwide company. They're very reputable. Their people that work for them are sending out emails about specials and things that are going on. They're using their name. So it looks like, here's Susie Q sending you an email, and you're going, well, wait a minute, I know a Susie Q. Is this the Susie Q I know? And you open it up and it's an advertisement.
Right.
So it's like a way of capturing you there, and that, to me, that's false advertising. But anyway, so there's something about what Mike is saying, is that if you use all these different emails, your credibility slips, as far as how you want to present your company.
Right, it's spam, and that's what people would consider it to be. They look at it and go, why are you sending me this information in a fictitious manner? Because it doesn't seem relevant to what I see when I open the email.
I have a
Yes.
comment also. I guess to address the sender's multiple addresses, if you make the sender's name the same, name of your company or something like that, the actual email address may not matter that much, because the mail shows up as coming from your company. Yeah. Okay, so the other thing is, I get a lot of mail from various places, and if you try to reply to that, it bounces because they always send some stuff from do not reply addresses. I think that's a bad idea, being on the receiving end. If you do have a genuine question for them, and if you can't reach them, it's the last opportunity.
You know, I sat on a panel Monday, and one of the things that was interesting was we talked about social media, and social media as one component of a digital marketing strategy. The panel was very valuable because I think a lot of people are very confused about social media. I was just sharing today one of the interesting facts. You know, today they came out and said Facebook is reaching the 2 billion members, which is 1/2 of all of the people that have a mobile device, which is pretty impressive. But it's interesting because when you look at social media, I try to share with my clients that social media, it's a piece of a pie. It's not the pie. Most important is, how many of you have a website? Everybody? Okay. How many of you know that your website is mobile friendly? Okay. If it's not mobile friendly, Google's not sending new traffic to you. Because Google says if you're not complying with the Panda algorithm change, they're not going to send content to you anymore. When's the last time you had your website evaluated for search engine optimization? The reason that I say that is search optimization is one of the most important components in digital marketing, because the bots are the little crawlers that go through the internet and source all of information, are the things that most businesses are hoping that they'll be searched and found for the information, like what's your value proposition, what are the key components that your business offers the marketplace. If that information isn't relevant, people can't find it on the internet. And the other thing that I would add to that is, one of the things that are probably more commonly thought about is, well, keywords, what are keywords? Keywords are relevant components that maximize your SEO. But people don't search for words, they search by phrases. They're called long tail phrases. So if I wanted to know about an auto repair shop, I would say, auto repair shop? No, I'd say auto repair shop in Fremont, or auto repair shop specializing in BMW, or an auto repair shop specializing in European cars. So when people search, that information needs to be relevant to the type of business that you're actually trying to convey your message to the marketplace about. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. It's so often that we have these conversations or we're engaged. Am I out of time? Let me know. I'm out.
Yeah.
Very close.
Okay. So, if you have questions, a lot of times what happens is you get into a little conversation, you get a nibble, and you go, God, I wish I would have. So hopefully that gives you a little. Can I answer any more quick questions? And I'll get out of here because I was only a guest to offer a few questions in.
He was not supposed to fill the time.
Right.
Well, how would you like a whole hour?
Exactly.
A year ago, we switched software, and after about 8 months, we realized we lost our search engine optimization contact, and our business went down about 10–15%.
Wow.
Once that got fixed, now our business is back on track. So that's extremely important.
Right. So I'd say website number one, foundation, most important thing, website. Has to be mobile friendly. 2, SEO keywords are most important. 3, you have to constantly put new information out. So a blog post or social media, backlink to your website that constantly reinforces your messaging. If you're not keeping your website relevant, if it's not staying up to date, if you're not changing it, then people don't know it, the crawlers don't see new information, then you become lower on the search rank. Thank you very much. Hopefully,